Hey, what's going on, everyone? Aaron Murray here with another Snaps edition of the Quarterback Breakdown. And today we're going to be going over Nico Iamaleava, the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Volunteers, making his second career start. Starting the bowl game last year was really, really good. First career regular season start. And I know it's against a lower opponent, but really just wanted to see the progress that he'd made from last year to now being the guy as a starting quarterback for Tennessee. And as we break down the tape today, going to go about 25 plays from the game, only played in the first half. The throws that this young man can make should scare the heck out of everyone in the SEC. So stick with me. We're going to have a lot of fun breaking this tape down and watching the future of Tennessee football. And if he can be this good all year, they are a true contender, not only in the SEC, but I think a real playoff push. Really, really impressed with him. So let's get into the tape and get going. Obviously, we all love this offense as well, very quarterback friendly, but he just made it look so easy throughout the ball game. And I apologize. This actually film has some audio that I'm hearing on my end, so I'm going to turn it down real quick before we get this thing going. All right, first play. I think this, going back real quick, I think this inside receiver, he's expecting him to actually break out. A lot of things that this offense does is huge communication between the quarterback and the receiver, a lot of times seeing green grass and running to green grass. So I think when you watch this right now, he's kind of in a bind, this slot receiver. If he comes inside, obviously this guy's here. He feels the safety coming downhill as well. So he's unsure which way do I break in? Do I break out? Kind of have him in the perfect position. Honestly, I think Nico wants him to kind of just settle, possibly throw it on his outside shoulder and just take the completion. But the one thing I do love from the young quarterback you'll see throughout the game is he doesn't panic, doesn't do what he wants, is super athletic, gets outside and then throws an accurate pass. First completion of the season, showing off the athleticism, ability to throw on the run. So all good stuff to get things going for Nico in this football game. Tennessee ran the ball really well, really, really well. And it's going to set up a lot of the RPO play action stuff throughout the game that you're going to see comes wide open. And then with his quick release, some big plays down the field. But really impressed with, obviously, they should be able to run the ball against this team. They started their will. It's a really good offensive line for Tennessee heading into the season. But if they can run the ball effectively, it's going to really give Nico an opportunity to open things up in the pass game. Another thing I like from Nico is just the quick release. He sees off coverage. He knows where he wants to go with the football, and in the belly, boom, quick throw, completion. He doesn't have a big stride. He's a big guy, so you think like a big guy, 6'6", gonna have a long stride. His feet are always in the ground, which I love. So the ball comes out quickly. Most of the time he gives his receiver an opportunity to catch it and have that separation from the DB that we love, so those guys can get the yards after catch, that yak that we all love to talk about. Really, really like his game with that. Same thing here. Just quick release. You have all this space into the boundary. You get the motion. All you're really looking at as a quarterback is you just want to confirm that this safety does not just fly down. As long as you can kind of see him out of the corner of your eye that he's staying high and he's not flying down, you got plenty of separation from here. And like we just alluded to, Nico has a pretty fast release. So safety settles with the action, quick release, bam, and then you got 4 yards of separation. Good job gang tackling defensively, but you give your receiver an opportunity at the end of the day to hopefully make a play. All right, we're gonna get one-on-one curl route up top. Bam, easy release. Nothing really to diagram there. Just I think early on they're getting a lot of easy access throws, as you would expect. Tennessee's is the more athletic team, the faster team. These teams that you play lower division teams, they just don't want to get beat deep. They're going to play conservative early. That's why Tennessee ran the ball so effectively. And then as those guys start to get sick of tackling and coming up and giving 7-8 yard gains, whether it's in the pass game or the run game, then all of a sudden we'll start seeing end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Nico really, showing off that arm a little bit, throwing the ball vertically down the field. Another demonstration, and we'll run through a couple of these quicker plays where it's just balled out, boom, quick. I mean, look at the fadeaway. I mean, it's an easy touchdown, but this is their offense. You're gonna let's go back. You're just reading these defenders right here. Your heavy play action, RPO, run pass option world, and if those guys bite at all, he sees the bite. It's one-on-one. Great route. I mean, this route should not win. Inside leverage as a DB, cover zero, you cannot let the cover zero, you're going to get inside leverage because they have no support. A one rat, where you have a low hole player, you want to funnel everything to that low hole player. But cover zero, the routes that are good are usually the outbreaking routes. You can throw a fade, look at this. You got a fade up top, inside leverage, you like that. You have another slot fade down here, you like that versus inside leverage. And you really don't like routes that cross the face because like I said, the defender should be inside leverage. But if you can beat them in the inside, there's no support at all. So great route, accurate ball from Nico. Threw it nice and high for his guy, right in the chest, excuse me. And first touchdown of the season for Nico. First of many, 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 many touchdowns for the season. All right, this next route, pretty sexy. Pretty sexy throw. And I'm actually going to give you both views of this one. It's going to be a dagger route from the number one receiver on the outside. Thought it was a dig, kind of in between. He starts fading a little bit, but we're gonna get. I can pause it. We're gonna get dagger right here. I believe he's gonna run a wheel, but I want you to watch the depth of these linebackers and how they get underneath this throw. Like this ball. I say it shouldn't be thrown because I'm not as talented as Nico. So he's got the ability to make this throw, but this is. When he threw this, I was like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. I mean, look right now. You can't tell me. Look, he's gearing up to throw the football. My man is just getting into his route. And look at the depth. There's about 2 yards of separation. 2 yards of separation right now between that linebacker and this route. But he sees all this space right here. I mean, that's seeing the window, seeing the throw. And this is unbelievable. I'm telling you, this is a sweet throw. Up and over those linebackers. Like I said, let's get the end zone view of this because it's just too sweet not to watch it from this angle. Unbelievable. I mean, it's not there. It is not there at all. Linebackers dropping, everything's telling you to check it down or run it. I mean, look at this. He sees 1, 2, 3 linebackers dropping about 10 yards in depth. Look at that. That's what he gets paid $2 million a year for right there. Ooh, baby. That's some sweet stuff, Nico. That is some sweet stuff right there. I don't care who you're playing. You've been playing high school team, NFL team. That's talent right there. That there's no denying that is elite talent throwing the football. All right, this is when we start getting the aggressiveness from the safeties. We talk about how well Tennessee was running the football, and now all of a sudden you're gonna start seeing safeties creeping up. So love this run pass option. All you're doing is reading this backside safety. You're gonna have a seam route by number one. If he comes up on the play action, you got the seam. If he settles, you're just gonna hand the ball off. Easy read. But once again, like these defenders are sick of having to come up and defend the run, and just give up, essentially 4 or 5 yards in the run game. So they're going to start filling a little bit faster, and all of a sudden, bam, he's at linebacker depth. He's done. This is too easy. You got one-on-one. This defender's playing outside leverage because he thinks he has help from the inside. He thinks his buddy is going to help him, and you're going to have a 2-on-1 outside-inside leverage. Well, he bites on the play action fake downhill on the RPO. And no one left. And look at the compact feet underneath him, compact delivery, and I just love his mechanics. And throws an absolute perfect football in stride. Receiver doesn't stop a single bit. And another touchdown. Great job. Beautiful throw. Great read. Great read. All right, let's move ahead a little bit. Just going to talk about this one. Nothing really crazy here. They're just all hitches everywhere. You're going to have a 4-man side, hitches by every receiver. Just want to pick your best matchup. Usually you want to you're hoping when you go a 4-by-1 formation, you're going to get the safeties rolling a little bit, some rotation this way just because there's so many dang players. That way you can get some one-on-one matchup and you probably go backside to your X. Safety doesn't rotate, so you're just going to pick your best guy. I like him. I drawn a blank who he threw to, but I mean, it just makes sense. If everyone's going to run a hitch, he's going to get him. He's got him. He's got him. And then you got 10 yards of separation for the number 3 receiver. So I think he went to him. Yep. Bam. Easy. Take completion. Could have been a little bit better of a football, a little bit earlier, but good read. Like the formation. Go ball for, I think, another touchdown on this next one. Oh, yeah, this is another sweet throw. So they're actually going to rotate back to cover 2. So he's coming down. This is what happens when you put formation to the boundary. He's the new nickel now, so he's into the boundary. He's got deep half. He's got flat. He should travel. I mean, he has no presence over here. So, like, there's no reason for this corner to settle at all up here. Like, there's no one over here. Just keep settling with him. And I know it's cover 2, and this guy needs to get his butt off the hash. But once again, little play action. He's very slow. Very, very slow. And that's a long way to go. I mean, he's middle of the field. He's got to get his butt over here. But also, that's a long throw. So, like, you're not really in that big of a hurry as a defender because you're like, man, that's a long throw if he is going to get the ball up and over. But guess what? Nico's pretty damn talented. So you see this corner, he's thinking he's going to pass it off because he has help. So he's just kind of trailing a little bit. Not really. I mean, he's coming with him a little bit. I will give him that. But it's more on the safety. But still, you're throwing from this hash across the field. And then dime of a throw. Dime of a throw. That's pretty damn good. Pretty dang good there. Bad safety play, but I get it. Like, not many quarterbacks are making that throw, so you're not in that big of a hurry to get over there. But you better get your ass off those hashes. All right, here, nothing open. Good job getting out of the pocket. Doesn't make the throw. Would have loved to see him complete this. He's right there. Just put it on the outside, let him catch it, get out of bounds. But good job just, getting out of the pocket, just be a little bit more accurate. All right, let's move ahead. Appreciate everyone joining on once again. Leave your comments. Let me know if you like this kind of stuff. Let me know what other quarterbacks from week 1 you want me to break down. Obviously, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. T-Bob and I will be bringing a lot of good content throughout the football season. All right, you're just going to get your swing route from your running backs. You're going to block, block, block. You're really reading this guy. If I say you're reading this guy, if he hauls butt, you're hoping he can move this linebacker a little bit, then you have one-on-one backside. So he doesn't really haul ass out of there. So I'm fine with this. Get this out of here. Fine with this and kind of his action. I'm just saying that, like, if he flew out of there, you got 4 for 4. Then as a quarterback, you really need to move this guy, and I believe you have a little skinny slant on the backside on top of that. So, like I said, he's kind of settling. He's still backside. I mean, if you wanted to, I still think you could have ripped this. He has the arm talent to make that throw, but based on his rules, I'm sure he's saying, like, if this guy's not hauling, get it to your back, block, 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 and then see if he can hit the edge and roll. So accurate throw, gets the one-on-one. He makes him miss a little bit. Nice ball. At the end of the day, great ball placement wins a lot of these matchups. You put the ball in a spot where you guy can catch it and run. He's going to make someone miss in the open field. So good throw there, good decision. I'll jump ahead. Just no wasted motion. Oh, I think I missed the play. Let's go. There we go. The biggest thing I see with Nico is just the efficiency in which he throws the football. There's not a lot of wasted motion. You see it. He wants to throw it. Ball's out. Like, there's no long stride, no hitching. Let me go back. There's none of that. It's just see it, throw it. I know where I want to go with the football. I know I got hitches up here. Hitch. I know I got cushion. I just got to make sure that no one is flying underneath. So I'm going to keep my eyes up. I'm going to put the ball into the belly of the running back. But then it's a quick step, foot's in the ground, ball's out. And once again, like he's lanky. So the fact that he's able to be this efficient is pretty impressive. And then accurate on top of that as well. So just like his throw motion. Another beautifully thrown football, aggressive safety action. It's kind of the same thing. You run the ball, run the ball. Same thing. You're going to read the safety. He comes down, another seam. It's not complicated, ladies and gentlemen. It's not complicated. If you can run the football, you can play action, you can throw it over the top. And if you have a quarterback that is this good, you have a lot more confidence to keep calling it over and over and over and over and over again. All right, going to get a little wheel. Now this is going to be a little out and up by the receiver. So we're going to get a little out and up. He's going to have a little half roll to the right. Beautifully set up, great route. Gets on top of the DB. Nico launches it like he's at a combine here. Where's he launched? From the 15 all the way to the 25. Long way away. Just overthrew him, but shows off the arm strength. It's like when you go to the combine and you overthrow a receiver and no one really cares because they just want to see how far you threw it. Every scout at the game's like, damn. Effortless too. Effortless. This is one where we talk about his feet being the ground. He was a little bit happy feet here. So you're going to have, let me see. Forgot the route concept on the outside. Maybe four verts. No, it's some sort of four verts. You got some crossers or some, they're going to switch replacements over here, on their route. But regardless, you have everyone dropping. Everyone's dropping in the coverage. This is the maturity of a what would be a veteran quarterback of just seeing the coverage, seeing everyone drop, and knowing right now, like, I'm just going to buy a little bit of time and find my running back who's going to sit down. And he gets to him, but just watch his feet. I think he panics for a quick second. You see him? You see right there. Right? I think he got a little bit uncomfortable of like, where do I got to go? It just needs to be like, okay, I see these guys dropping. I know I just got to buy a quick second. The running back could have been a little bit faster getting out of there as well. Like I said, he gets to him, gets to completion. He goes to where he needs to go. Just, you could tell his feet were just a tad bit uncomfortable for just a split second. All right, we're going to go probably his worst throw of the game. It's not like a terrible throw, but like he was just so damn good that like something has to be the worst throw of the game. We're going to get here a little stock and go from the number 2 receiver. It's up, it sets up nicely. So you get everyone to bite down. He's bit, he's clearing him out. So you're going to have this guy wide open down the seam and just a missed throw. It's a long throw. It feels a little pressure in the back of him. Throws it behind the receiver. Like I said, worst throw of the game. If that's your worst throw of the game, we're living pretty damn good. We're living pretty damn good. We're here just double slants. You're just going to go slant. You feel this. So he's probably going to pass it off. You're going to get 2 for 1. And then, your running back is your number 3 option. Just like him going through his progression here, you can see him processing really well. 1's not there, 2's not there, 3's not there. Like that's the footwork I like. Ball could have been a little bit better if we're being nitpicky, but like that's the 1, 2, bam, check down, let's go. Keep pressing something, my bad. Um, RPO reading the seam, same thing that we saw earlier. They just keep going back to it because it keeps working. You're just going to read this guy. You're going to play that far off and allow these talented, speedy receivers that much space. And they're going to step on your toes, and they got a 2-way go on you now. They can go out, they can go by you. 3-way go. They can go by you, they can break out, and then they can break in. And they chose to continue to break in. Once again, these corners, they're doing their job. Like they think they have support from the inside safety. These guys have just been really aggressive coming downhill. And then good timing with the play calling of when to call these routes, and bam. And that's why you call RPOs. You get options. You read one guy, he bites, you throw it. He does it, you hand it off. Bam. I mean, Easy touchdown. Easy touchdown. I couldn't get a good view on this one. I think it's a pretty accurate ball. You're gonna have I believe it's either a curl or some sort of comeback on the outside by the receiver. He does a good job. Puts it in a good spot. I mean, away from the defender. I just can't tell if it was tipped or not. So I think pretty good ball from Nico. All right, let's move ahead. I had one, but it was very similar to what we've seen so far. So let's go to something a little bit different here. All right, I felt like this one, he probably could have ripped it, got a little bit shy. You got a dig route from your Z receiver coming in here. Let's pause it for a quick second. And I mean, this guy's in the middle of the field. You got all this space for one of these guys coming in. Let's see which one ended up running it. It was number 2. And I mean, number 1 is open too. I mean, there's no pressure. You see him, he's getting out of it. We'll bring it back a little bit. You got off coverage from both those guys. And, I think for him, probably could have sat in there and just thrown either 1 or 2. I don't think the linebacker, based on the way we've seen him throw the football in this game, you know, I think you could have ripped it to either one of those guys. And sometimes you're not feeling it. I get it. Gets out of there, still makes the completion. You move on. Same kind of feel. I mean, these receivers do a good job of understanding like when I can kind of be a little bit lazy with my route and when do I need to really cut it off. And you see the receiver coming. Same thing. Like you got guys dropping. You got the dig. He tries to force it into number 2 here. If you're going to do it, you have to throw it now. He's just late, a little bit late here. So if you're going to throw this football, I would have loved throwing it now. A little bit of touch up and over. Complete it here, and you got lots of space. He tries to then he just waits a little bit too long and tries to throw a little bit too hard. I also would have loved some sort of running back out. They just didn't get the running back out either. So there's no one controlling these linebackers. So he's kind of forced to have to throw it up and over or throw into a tight window. Like I said, if he was a little bit more on time, I think window 1 would have been the better window to throw to. He just tries to force the window 2. Ball ends up being just behind the receiver. And I think the same thing here for this next one as well. Like a lot of times, these running backs are either a little bit too slow getting out in their route or they don't get out in their route at all. So, we're going to get 4 verts. So everyone's running down the field for Tennessee. And then once again, look at the drop. Everyone's dropping. Everyone's dropping. Just, I would love to see a little running back just sit right there. And then you could just take a nice completion as a quarterback instead of trying to force the ball down the field. Makes a really good throw. I mean, that's a hell of a throw. Don't get me wrong. That is as good as you can do. I mean, you're hoping for a little, Odell Beckham Jr. one-handed catch from your guy down the seam, but that's still linebackers drop, find my running back, check it down. Let's see what he can do with the football in his hands. All right, last one from Nico here. Just a little indecision. Had a chance for a couple completions, and I think he just couldn't, just probably didn't feel comfortable with whatever it was of basically whatever the coverage was or what he was seeing. But you're going to get some, I think right here, this guy's settling. You settle. He's open. You can hit him at some point right there, right in the middle field. I know there's a lot of traffic in your face, so probably just didn't see him right away. Once again, linebackers are dropping. Let's find a way to hit my shallow. And you also got one-on-one out here. It's pick your poison. And I just think he couldn't make a decision. Gets a little happy feet, gets out of there, ends up just running it, getting out of bounds. So that's it for Nico week 1. I really impressed the throws that he made, especially down the field. I thought the accuracy was tremendous. It went as good as it could have gone. And the bowl game was great. This game was great. Now we got a 2-game sample size of what this young man can do. I think his future is extremely bright. I think Tennessee is a real contender to be a playoff team this year. And if he can continue to impress and throw the way he's throwing and do what he's doing, they're a 10-win football team, if not better. So good job, Nico. Excited to keep watching you, man. A lot. He is, like I said, as good as advertised. So appreciate y'all joining. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will get you another quarterback breakdown here soon.